Did that work? Did that work better? Can you hear me okay now? Let's see. Maybe you can hear. One sec, mic check, one, two. One, two, one, two, one, two. I think that worked, but I still can't hear because I don't know why. Now you can hear me. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So I see what happened. I'm using one camera, but the audio is coming from this particular computer. So that's probably why. I don't know. Anyways, so we're here. I only have about 15 minutes. And so I wanted to jump on here to talk to you guys about just what I've experienced doing collaborations over the past several years. If you don't know me, my name is Taria Avant, and I have been an entrepreneur since forever. Um, Damn, I don't know my password. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I've been an entrepreneur since 1999. And so that's a very long time. I have worked in this space for a very long time, and it has truly been a blessing to be an entrepreneur. For the first 10 years, I had no success. I was one of those people where I was kind of aimlessly wandering and all over the place, trying to figure it out, doing everything, right? For 10 years, I tried all the things. And so if you ever feel like maybe you're like just trying, you're like, it feels like you're spinning your wheels, you're trying to figure this thing out. I definitely was in that space too. I was trying to figure the thing out. It wasn't until 2009 where I started to actually make money. And I'm not telling people that you should go 10 years not making money. The reason why I was not getting the level of the success that I desired was because I was doing too much. One day I was trying this business, then I would try that business. Like my ability to stay focused has always been a challenge for me. And so I was, a bail bondsman one day, then I want to sell insurance, and then I want to go over here and do this, and then I want to be a producer, and then I want to go to LA to be an actress. Like y'all, I was doing all the things. So, anyways, it wasn't until about 2009 when I finally started to earn like a significant income and generated, over six figures as an entrepreneur. But I've learned a lot along the way. I will say, I think one of the things that has truly positioned me to understand that collaboration is honestly one of the only ways where you can really get to the next level is because I was able to obtain success in the network marketing industry. And if you've ever been in network marketing, you understand that in order to be successful in the industry, like it's not a one man band show. It literally, we call it the machine. No, I am not AI. Do I look like AI? What the hell? That's sad. That's sad that we now are in a space. That's a whole nother conversation where people think a live stream is being done by a robot, an AI. But that is honestly where we're going. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm not even gonna get into it. But I got into network marketing, and through network marketing, through collaboration. Hold on one sec, y'all. Through through collaborating is where I learned that, like, and it wasn't I didn't we didn't call it collaborating in network marketing. We just called it building a team. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned the power of, thank you, Wanda. Hey, beautiful. I learned how powerful working with other people are. And let me tell you this. So, long story short, when I did end up making a decision that I wanted to launch my own coaching business in 2015, I had already become one of the top 1% income earners in network marketing. Where I quickly learned the power of collaboration was when I tried to do my very first workshop in Houston. So I had did my first workshop in Atlanta already, and at this workshop, we had about 61 people that showed up. We had not about. I always remember the number. I remember the number to a T. It was 61 people who actually came to that workshop. And so I was like, okay, this is great. And that's when I launched my first coaching program, and I was able to get 5 people to pay $500 for the coaching. And so I was like, wow, this is amazing, right? So I was like, I'm going to go to Houston and do a workshop as well, because the reason why I chose Houston, because when I was in network marketing, anytime Camden, New Jersey, what's going on, be love? I always would have like 500 plus people that would come to see me speak in Houston. Like when I was in network marketing. So the network marketing company that I was in was a coffee company called Organo Gold. And I mean, it was nothing to have 500 people to come and see me speak. when they knew that I was coming to town. The reason being is because Organo Gold was a very fast growing company, majority women, but majority of the leaders were men. So there was majority women in that company, but the top leaders in the company were the men. And so I was one of very few independent single women who had been able to hit the level of diamond in that company. So everybody would always have me come to their state, and I have no problem with doing it because teamwork makes the dream work, right? And so when I did my first workshop, and I immediately learned the power of collaboration from that workshop because I had like 27 people that came. Now, that definitely messed with my ego. Y'all hear me? How y'all doing, everybody? That messed with my ego on a whole nother level because, baby, I was like, I just knew that I could by myself at least get 100, 150, 200 people to come. Only 27 people came to that workshop. And at that moment, of course, it was a bruise to my ego, but I quickly learned that Taria, because you think you could do it. And it wasn't that I wanted to even try to do it by myself. Hey, Stark Edwards. Hello, beautiful. It wasn't because I thought I could do it by myself. It was because that's what happened. I thought that when I launched this coaching business, I would get a tremendous amount of support and that people would pull up. But I learned quickly, like, nah, well, nobody willing to collaborate with me on this coaching venture, which is fine. But it taught me a lot about the power of collaboration. And ever since then, I've always wanted and desired to continue to work with people. And because this is another reason why I think my mindset is different, because I was able to earn, I never had a 12-month year where I earned over $1 million, but I was in network marketing from 2009 to 2014 ish, right? Around that amount of time. I only was in two different companies. I was only in two different companies. And I quickly learned that, like, we could all be doing the same thing. We could all be in different organizations, but I earned millions of dollars in those years. From 2009 to 2004, I earned millions. So for me, my mindset was always that, like, we don't even have to be in the same group. We could be doing the same thing, but working together, we can still make money. And that is one thing that you will learn from network marketing. It teaches you a lot of great things. And there's also there's also some things about network marketing I didn't necessarily love. But ever since then, I always tried to do collaboration, like to work with other people, because I saw what it could do. And I saw what not collaborating with the right people could also do to you too. So in the process, I've just always continued to strive to work with other individuals. And yes, even working with people who are in the book space. And unfortunately, what I come across, especially within the community of Black people, I won't necessarily say brown or anything like that because I've not had a lot of experience with working with other nationalities, but within the Black American culture, it is a very big disconnect on people understanding the power of collaboration. Like, unless you come from the world of network marketing and you've seen it hands down that we could have two different organizations. And by the way, it's not perfect. I just want y'all to know. But like, a lot of times people, they just think like, well, if I do books and you do books, then we can't work together. It's not gonna happen. But the thing that I come to learn is that everybody has a different skill set, a different superpower. Even if you guys are similar in what you do, everybody is different. And where we end up messing up is we so busy trying to do it all that we end up doing not a doggone thing, not a doggone thing. And so over the years, have I tried to partner with other people in the book space? Yes, I have. I have definitely tried to partner with people. I have tried to partner with people who had had a level of success that I had had, but that proved itself to sometimes be difficult in the past, because sometimes, again, people are making, by the way, this book space is a lot of money in it. It's a lot of money in it. Millions, billions, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot of money if you position yourself right. And so people that were kind of like already making a significant income, sometimes it was difficult to really kind of earn the trust there. And then, so what I did was I created the Elite Publishers Group. I created a group called Elite Publishers Group, where we could bring in other people who wanted to be in the publishing space and show them how to have a successful publishing company. And yes, I partnered with some of them. But then what I was finding is that, again, the mentality is crazy. Like, people are like, well, I don't want to give you 30% of what I make I only want to give you a certain amount. But my thing is, what people don't understand is that marketing is so expensive, and you've got other nationalities, other cultures that have understand this. They understand this principle. They say Jane Doe and John Doe get together. We might do the same thing. And listen, let's put all of our superpowers together instead of by ourselves. And even if we do a 50-50 split, we end up on top way more than the person that's out here trying to grind by themselves. Why? Because Jane and John both have different resources that they can bring to the table, different networks that they can bring to the table. So even if they're doing a 50-50 split, and then John takes on some of the responsibilities of the work, Jane takes on some of the responsibilities, you guys are making way more money because you have combined resources. And so I tried to get that and instill that into the mindsets of many of the people that even I brought into the elite publishers, but it was a challenge. It was definitely a challenge. And I had people that came into and didn't want to do the commission, but we're taking customers from the group and not giving a commission. And so I've had those challenges. I've even had some of the I just want to share some of the things that I've experienced in how we as a community, Black people, Black History Month, we got to do better. Like, we do not have to try to do this by ourselves. And I'm about to tell you about how the sun does shine at the end. Okay, how the sun does shine at the end, because I've got great news to share with you guys. I'm just so excited. And so even with me trying to instill that, and as a coach, I will say one of the things that I could have done better is properly explained and continuously, because sometimes as a coach, you have to continuously explain the power of effective collaboration. And it's got to be a win-win. I'm not about to collaborate with somebody if I'm only getting a 10% profit, but we doing the same work. That doesn't make sense to me, right? So anyway, then I started partnering with people who had, by the way, and most people that I have collaborated with prior to me sharing you the success, most of them have not done close to what I've done as far as publishing. I've helped thousands of people to become authors. And I'm not saying that as an arrogant thing. I'm saying that because a lot of times we spend so much time trying to pull people up, which can actually end up hurting us. You got to start partnering and collaborating with people who are on the same level, if not very close to you, because the mindset is a little bit different. I've even partnered with people who were charging significantly less. To work with me to work with me just to write a book. We had a 3-day boot camp. It was $7,000. So for me to collaborate with someone who's maybe only charging a thousand, not to say that their program that people should not pay 1,000 or 7,000, they're just attracting a different customer. The type of person that I was attracting into my 7K 3-day boot camp was not the same as a person that's wanting to only pay $1,000 to get their book published, right? Does that make sense? So hopefully this makes sense. So I was partnering with people who weren't necessarily on the same level when I say as far as mindset and experience and getting results for their clients. And so I learned that. And I learned that, okay, you can coach those people, but maybe collaborating in partnership, you've got to find people who have done what you have done to a degree, and you got to earn the trust. You just got to simply earn the trust. And so, as many of you guys know, and by the way, everything that I have learned in this process of collaboration has been one of the biggest blessings, because I just can't wait to tell you guys some of the great things that I have experienced and learned. Y'all are just going to see it in 2026, all the things that we are doing, and how even in this process, it's been just adjustments, but they have been adjustments with blessings. And by the way, I just also want to shout out none other than Deanna Jean. Deanna Jean is the collaboration queen, and she actually has an event that's coming up in New York called Connect and Collab. It's a summit that is an annual event. And if you are not registered for Connect and Collab, let me see if I can pull up the website and put it on the thing. Like, for real, y'all, you have got to learn how to collaborate. And that is period. I'm serious, guys, because some of us are out here working way too hard. way too hard trying to do it by ourselves. Way too hard thinking that if I work with somebody, I'm going to be missing out on money. Way too hard thinking that I can't work with someone who does exactly what I do, because how do I bring value? You are you and they are them. We are not the same. And so let me see. Connect and Collab Summit. I don't even see where you can get the ticket. Hold up. Let me see. Connect and Collab. Oh, here we go. Success Tribe Summit. Let me put that in the chat so y'all can see it. So I'm going to be there. We're doing a pitch competition as well, where you get a chance to win some amazing prizes. But it's going to be, I need to send in my picture so I can get my flyer up too. But it's going to be in New York, March the 12th. Okay. March the 12th. And you need to be there. If you need to learn how to network, collab, and all the things, you got to be there. Success Tribe Summit. So, anyways, with that stated, fast forward to today. I knew that moving into the new year, that if I wanted to have an effective collaboration experience, then I had to get with some people who maybe have some of the same experience. For example, I've helped over 11,000 people to become published. Um, I've I don't like to ever really share my earnings. So I'm not going to get into every now and then I have shared it, but I don't like to share what I make, because everybody don't have the same hustle as me. So to me, enticing people to work with me because of how much I make is kind of backwards. I don't know. But what I will tell you is that when it comes to the book writing world, it's not a lot of people who have been able to do what I've done. And when I say not like me, myself making money, but helping my clients, I have several clients who have gone on to earn 6 and 7 figures. I have clients who have been on major media platforms. I have clients who are speaking on stages all across the country. And some of these events we actually host. And so I know for a fact when it comes to the book space, it's not a lot of people who can really stand next to me. And so what I was doing was I was so busy I was really undervaluing myself, and no disrespect to anybody that I've ever partnered with, because every single one of us, every single person that I've ever worked with, all truly amazing. And while I'm not necessarily partnered with many of them anymore, I love them all, and I hope and pray for the success of their business. I pray that they get to the level where they can say in a year they've generated, between $500,000 and $1 million, or they've had a $500,000 sales day, or they've generated over, $1 million in sales plus, but also they have clients who are actually having results. But what I realized, guys, is that I was too busy not really seeing how powerful and amazing I was. I'm just going to be transparent. And so I was really kind of shrinking myself. And it wasn't until I recently partnered, as you guys know, with Brian Johnson and Ash Cash. Two of them in their own respective spaces have killed it in the book space for over 10 years as well. They've helped generate multiple $1 million customers as well. They have worked with some of the best as well. And so, where most people would look at this partnership and collaboration, hey Tamika, hey Stovall, many people look at this collaboration, they say, dang, how are they going to work together? Like, aren't they competing against? No. Ash, let me tell you. So Ash, what he brings to the table is so different than what I bring to the table, and so different than what Brian brings to the table. And we have now seen how, just even through these last couple of months, y'all, and again, I don't like to throw money out there, but we've already done over 6 figures just by us connecting. And so the stuff that we're doing and the people that we're impacting, y'all, we have a mastermind coming up in a couple of weeks. In 2 weeks, we have a mastermind coming up, and we have men and women that are traveling into Atlanta from all over the United States. And we're talking about men and women who already generate, many of them already make 6 figures. Many of our clients already generate 6 figures in their jobs, in their own perspective. Many of them are ready to climb that ladder to the 7 figure mark. And what I'm loving so much about just the partnership that we have is that each one of us brings something of value to the table that's going to change their lives. Now, in this collaboration, I want y'all to understand, okay? I want y'all to also understand something. Where there's some people who left that I was working with, like were there clients who are no longer with me? Yes. And it's called elevation and growth. There were some people, because again, and no disrespect to those people who left, because again, I love you all and I just pray on your journey. I pray that whoever you connect with, that they elevate you. to 6 and 7 figures if that's your goal. I hope they elevate you to speak all over the world if that's your goal. I hope they elevate you to be able to impact the lives of more customers if that is your goal. Oh, it's 11:30. I got to get ready to go. But being in partnership with Ash and Brian, it has definitely kind of allowed me to get into the space that I should have been in a long time ago. I effectively have helped people to generate 7 figures. And so it means in that process that we are the client base, we're looking for premium clients. And it's great because I have the backing of two incredible men who we're not looking at each other as competition. We help each other and we help our clients. So now our clients are not only getting one dynamic coach that does books, they're getting three. This is another powerful thing. We are all in the book space. And so we all bring our own experiences, our own value to the table. And so now, and because we've learned to work together, guys, it's not, well, no, I don't think that's the way. It's like, okay, yes, and yes. And so we're able to effectively combine our resources, our experiences, so that when a person comes in to work with us, they're not only just getting the value of one amazing coach, they're getting 3 times, which means it's faster for them to get to that next level of success. And in this process of collaborating, I've had to learn that. I've had to learn, like, listen to Ria, it is okay if you get around, you collaborate with people who make you stretch, who maybe are just as great as you are. Because it doesn't make sense to collaborate with someone if you're constantly then having to work to pull up their mindset and their thought values and their processes. I had someone recently that was like, we were working together and all of a sudden they started pitching something that was like the same program. I was like, hey, I thought we were working together. Oh, well, the people that I work with, they didn't necessarily connect. And I guess she was saying with me, which is okay. And I realized at that moment, Taria, everybody's not supposed to connect with you. And the problem that you're having right now is you are shrinking yourself. And not, again, I'm not trying to disrespect the person, but you're shrinking yourself so that you can fit in to communities that you've been elevated from a long time ago. Girl, you got 7-figure clients. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're trying to do too much to serve all people in the book space. And this is one thing I always teach our clients, niching down. Well, we've niched even more. We're not just looking for any author. We are looking for authors who seriously are wanting to create major impact, who are willing to invest into themselves, who are in the top 5 percentile of authorship. And so, when you get around the right partners, y'all, I'm telling you, it elevates you to a different level. And even with that, like even with me partnering with them, it's stuff that I've shown them that it's like, oh man, wow. And so I just want to encourage you guys. We've got some incredible things. I'm grateful for, and I'll never ever in life ever stop collaborating. All I know is that every single year that I've continued to partner and work with people, I've just learned so much. And I understand that as a Black woman, it is our community. We are least likely to partner with people. Matter of fact, I did an introduction I met a young lady the other day. She does grants. Well, we have an amazing woman in BPC. Her name is Inga Nicole. We have another young lady who I'm looking forward to her plugging in more. I'm going to shout her out when we start hearing. But I met a young lady. She does grants. And so I was like, oh my God, I would love to connect you with another one of our BPC members who also does grants. Y'all should do something together. It's too many women, it's too many men, it's too many Black people in Black History Month so busy trying to be the only one, when if we just learn to join forces and join forces with people who are at the same playing level. That's another thing too. In the collaborations, one of the things I realized too is that because I just desired it so much, if anybody was like, hey, let's work together. And also you got to remember, when people decide to work with you, that is a blessing. They get to work with you. Do y'all hear me? Don't you only look at it as, oh, I'm so blessed to work with them. No. It's a blessing for them to work with you. And so you got to remember that. Okay? Don't never discredit who you are and what you bring to the table. And so what I realized is that in these partnerships, sometimes where you're collaborating, you might have a different work ethic. I'm gonna tell y'all, I have a different work ethic than my partners. But what my partners also bring to the table is way different than what I have. And so we have learned to really be able to bring that together. And that is why, and I'm just professing this, we're going to have, and anybody that's in the book space, I am telling you, this is not the time to try to, hey, let me try to beat everyone up. It's the time for us to work together. Let's work together. We're going to have one of the largest conferences for authors with men and women of color and our brothers and sisters from another, because everybody's welcome, but it's going to be a high number of women and men of color who are authors, speakers, coaches, entrepreneurs with the foundation of authors. We're going to have one of the largest conferences that you've ever seen. Mark my word. Mark my word, ladies and gentlemen. Dang, did I just connect it? Okay, well, anyways, we're doing a collaboration book. I've got a book that we're coming out with called Overcoming. We have a live broadcast at 12 o'clock that I'm about to get ready for. So at 12 p.m., we're going live. If you want to be a part of this, the link is simple. It's Overcoming. Let me put it in the link, overcoming.collaborationbooks.com. If you want to learn myself, Brian, Ash, we're going to all be on there. We only have, did I freeze? I did. Hold on one sec, y'all. Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, we only have 8 spots left, anyways. We have 8 spots for this project. If anybody has followed me for years, you know I love doing collaboration books. We've done over 60 before people were really doing these anthologies, child. I've been doing them. No shade, no tea. I've done over 60 projects. So we're doing this in a few minutes. So if you want to join us, you are welcome to be there. I think we had a lot of people commenting on the video. I just wasn't seeing the comments. Oh, here we go. I wasn't seeing any of these comments, child. I don't know what's going on. But anywho, um, truly pray that whoever is watching this video, whether you're watching it live or you're watching the replay, that this year, like, you must learn. You must learn how to effectively work with people who are on the same level as you, who are just as powerful as you are. It is so much easier doing it together. Like when I tell you what we have seen in just a matter of a couple of months, and the merger has been work. Merging our companies, we literally merged our companies, y'all. I merged my entire Book Profits Club to Book Rich Profits Club because I believe in this. And guess what? Did people fall off? Yes, they did. Did people leave? Yes, they did. But guess what? We are connecting with more and more people that are truly ready to take their business to that 6 and 7 figure mark. And that's honestly who we are excited to connect with. So, y'all, I want to challenge you guys to find someone who's done what you've done, who does what you do, has had the same kind of level of success, and find some people to collaborate with. We don't have to do this by ourselves. It doesn't make sense. Two people together is way more powerful than one. And if it's a 50-50 split, so what? So what? You guys are able to do it together. More resources, more reach. All right, you guys. God bless.